Linda has over 20 years of experience in the higher education space, working for companies like Pearson and McGraw-Hill, and covering course offerings from the sciences, arts, and business courses. She is now working for Science Interactive Group and focused on bringing authentic lab experience to distant learners. Linda, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to present a different product line. As Andre mentioned, I work for Science Interactive Group. I started working with eScience Labs almost a year ago. We were acquired by Science Interactive Group. They already have a product line called Hands-On Lab. It's a lot of the same type things that you saw with eScience Labs. The gist of the product is for your students to be able to have that lab experience in their home, in their kitchen, to suffice the needs that they have to fulfill a lab requirement. But this product, it does have a deeper integration in some things. So I'll go on and dig into that presentation. In an effort of full disclosure, this is a new product line for me. If I can't answer a question for you, by all means, I'll take the question and get answers and disseminate it to the group. So without further ado, I'll go on and take the screen. Okay, so let me see, I gotta get. Okay, can everybody see my screen, or could someone acknowledge? I guess they can. Okay. Okay, so now I am at the landing page or the course dashboard for Hands-On Lab. So quickly you can see, unlike the product I presented a few moments ago, you're quickly going to get access to some student data information. You can see that has number of students as far as like course completion. You can get information over here, the time spent on a lesson. Down here, you can see the student information. This green is just indicating they've completed. Gray, they're in process. And again, the student names that are in the course. I'll click on one of those students. So here you can get a more of a visual understanding of where this student, Frank Davis, is as it's related to these labs and what is in his lab kit. This over here is actually how you move within the course. Again, we have that course dashboard I showed you, the class list, where you're going to get information related to the last time they logged in. So certainly if a student is indicating they've been in a product, you quickly can verify or not that information. I'm going to go back to lessons in a minute. That's actually the how they present their lessons is like what we call labs and things of that nature. But I'm going to go ahead and move down here to the grade book. So here, again, it's that information on the student level and detailed. Then within the program, you have the ability to actually make some adjustments and weight the information or the lesson. So certainly depending on how you actually create your course, you'll have the ability to customize that here. So certainly down in the grade book. I'll go back up here to the lessons and show you the way that this is presented. So the first thing, you have again the opportunity to do some customization here. You can quickly give a note to your students. This is really important. It's going to be on your midterm or your final. Again, you can write that information here. You have the ability to require sequential completion of the lab. So your students can't go from here, there to labs. They'll have to stick in this particular order. I'm going to go on and dig into this lab, and you can see here, again, you're going to get some time information. You get your exploration. This is that pre-lab. Hopefully your students are doing that. The actual experimentation, it's going to take your students about 3 hours, and then a post assignment and evaluation that's expected to take, again, 30 minutes. So here, your students would get a pretest to test their knowledge, again, to see if they're ready for it. I'll just click on here. So again, some questions to engage them, some drag and drops information. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and click into, again, there's some more information here to get them ready before we get into that experiment. So certainly they could go here. Anytime you see this blue line and a bubble, this is where you can add your, maybe you want to add an image or a video that you think pertains to this, so your students can go, that you have copyright access to, or again, any sort of note. So your student's going to get, again, some more information here to help them prepare for their experiment. Once you get ready to click into the experiment, unlike before where I saw that experiment inventory, here you're going to see a list of materials. So again, you've got the student supplied information, and then here we have whatever is going to be supplied from HOL or hands-on lab. So you have that information there. This again gives your students that over preview and expectation of what is getting ready to happen. This one is more of, it looks like a visual as opposed to really getting into a kit. So let me go here and click if I can find another lesson, because I'd like for you guys to see one that is actually might have more of a, I'm going to dig into an experiment here. Okay, so this one, unlike the demonstration I pulled up, it was just graphical. You can see here would be the items that your student would retrieve from their kit to get started into their experiment. So here, this is when your student is getting ready. They're going to have some questions that they'll fill out. Of course, this is showing what the answer is because I'm in the instructor view. Again, you can see some additional information here. They proceed through this. Anytime your student starts into the protocol, it gets some information. It has data table. Now, the data table is right here in that experiment. So unlike before, where they would go into a data sheet, they would click on that data table when it's time to fill out something. In this particular one, it said, you know, go to data table 2, then you fill out. Unlike, again, the previous product here, it gives them an area to upload a photo so that it actually goes directly to you and then you would view it and stuff. So that's how your student is going to record the information, unlike how it was previously.
Linda, you have 1 minute and 40 seconds left.
Okay, so I guess the main thing is thank you for that. Again, you're going to have an opportunity for the evaluation piece. And again, your students would fill out information and it's going to actually be recorded here. The biggest thing to know about this product is the level of integration where you're going to get that immediate feedback. You can quickly see where your students are in progress and things of that nature. We do as well offer the custom kit. It's the same situation as I presented previously. You provide a list of your labs, we'll align them with our offerings, and we could come up with a custom kit. for you and your students. Let me also note a custom kit offering. It is dependent on having an annual enrollment of 100 students.